Welcome, my name's Elisa. This is your intro into SOAR. It's going to be a 30-minute class. So if you're new to our SOAR program, this is a great place to begin. We're going to be introducing you to all the different tracks that you're going to see in our regular SOAR program. I'm going to be introducing you to a lot of the movements that you're going to see. So we're going to have a lot of fun and we're going to get comfortable on our trampoline. So I'm using the bellicon trampoline today. So whatever brand you have at home, it doesn't matter. We're going to use it and it's going to work. You might need to make some adjustments depending on the resistance of your trampoline, but you can do that at home and we're still gonna have a lot of fun. So starting on our trampoline, you always want to make sure that weight is centered in those feet. Think of the balls of the feet, think of back in those heels with those arches slightly lifted. So we're gonna get going with our warm-up and we're gonna start with our health bounce. So every kind of SOAR class you take from ours is going to start this health bounce right here. So we're gently generating a little bit of force, pressing down into that mat. Now you want those shoulders stacked right over those hips, right over those heels, standing nice and tall. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Draw those abdominals in. I want you to keep those eyes lifted because where those eyes tend to go, the body tends to follow. So eyes stay nice and lifted. Now I want you to think, again, that core is going to connect. It's going to work every single bounce that you do, no matter what. But I want you to think of drawing those abs and keeping that connection a little stronger. Now we start here. This is great for every class. You can always come back to it anytime that you want. So this is our lymphatic flush. Even here, with this gentle bounce, you are getting all the benefits from rebounding. So again, those eyes stay up, little press. Big inhales, big exhales. We're going to add a little bit more movement. We're going to add a little heel lift, alternate. Right, left. It's right, left. So our toes are staying connected to the mat. We're just lifting those heels, warming up those ankles on that mat surface. Adding a little bit of movement with those arms. Again, eyes are up. The heels are going to move. You don't need to watch them. We're going to add a little movement with the arms. Sweep them up. 2 counts. Sweep up and down. Big inhale. Big exhale. So we're just drawing that breath into that chest, into that belly as we warm up the ankles. Pressing down through the heels, getting just that little force. We're going to speed up those arms. Single counts. We lift and lift. Heels are lifting. Ankles are getting warm, generating that force on that mat. Take it up. Up. Now as those arms lift, keep those shoulders away from those ears, turning it into our little bounce. Arms down. We bounce. We're finding that beat. Feet are nice and flat. We don't want to point those toes, which you're going to get a lot of calf burn. Abs in. Find the beat. We bounce the beat. Big breaths. We're going to do a little side to side, getting comfortable on your mat surface. We're going to introduce a double bounce. To the right. Double. Right here. Go double. 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 So we're just going side to side on your mat. However big your mat surface is. Eyes up. Reaching those arms out. Control. Keeping comfortable. We're going to go front to back. Double right here. Bring arms up and down. Lift. So again, we're not dropping those eyes. We're just feeling that mat surface with the feet. Feet are flexed. Cores are drawing in. Big inhale, big exhale. Moving on to our heels. Right here. Heels, go heels. Pressing those heels forward, that weight is in that back foot. Okay, we're gonna get into our first track. This is our SOAR track. We're gonna keep it a little slower for this first round. So again, big breaths, find a little shuffle, little cruise. You can take this little cruise anytime that you want. We're gonna start half jacks, right here. Take it out, out. So half jacks. The arms are only lifting shoulder height. You're pressing down through that mat. Now you have to add that little bit more resistance on your trampoline. So you press and squeeze. The goal is to not bounce very high. You want to stay skimming almost that mat surface. You add that pressure down and resist the pressure up. Full jacks, right here. Take it up, up. Big rest. We're keeping this track a little bit slower. We're going to do some jacks a little bit later on with a little bit quicker beat so you can feel that difference. I want those arms to really reach all the way overhead. We're going to introduce and X jack. Arms reach out, then up, out and up, and down. Reach the X jack. We're stopping in each position. Out, up, and down. Now we're still adding just as much energy, just as much force into that mat surface. Big breaths. Take it out and up. Now you press down. Resist that bounce. Back to that half jack right here. Half. Take it half. Half. Only shoulder height. They stay nice and relaxed. Adding on. Little crisscross. We start out. Take it out, cross. So we're squeezing those inner thighs. We're squeezing through those chests. Activating a couple more muscle groups. Reach, squeeze. Keeping it big. Going back to that X jack. You ready? X jack right here. Take it out, up, down. Out, up, down. We got it. Press into that mat. Feet stay flat. Full jacks. Take it up. Take it up. Up. Big breaths. Nice and big movement. That heart rate's elevating. So for our SOAR tracks, we're getting that steady state. Increasing that heart rate. We stay moving the entire time. Keep going. At any time you need. You can always take out those arms and just continue on with the legs. Half jack, right here. Take it half. Half, two more. Good, cruise it out. So we're gonna stick with another SOAR track for this intro. Normally we speed it up quite a bit, but I want you to get a little more comfortable on this mat surface. It's still a little slower track than usual. We're gonna start this time something called the border jack. So we turn side to side like this. We side and side. Now it's a little faster, so if you want to keep the arms smaller, doing more of an airplane arm, we're doing a little rotation. Getting a little side to side movement. Still being nice and comfortable, nice and controlled on that mat surface. Now we're gonna add on our borders. Legs wide right here. We twist. Now borders, your chest is staying center, and it's those hips that are rotating side to side. Feet stay nice and wide. Think of a snowboard. Your feet stay wide, you're rotating. You're working that trunk. You're working those obliques. We twist. Now you're gonna see these again later in our sprint. We're gonna add a combo. Single, single, double. Right here. Single, single, double bounce. Single, single, double bounce. You got it. Skied out. Right here. Skied out. Now ski. So those hips come back. The feet come together for skiers. Chest is still centered. Those hips are going side to side. Getting the knees up. Head stays low. Knees come up. Same combo. Single, single, double right here. Single, single, double. Knees up. So on that double, can you get those knees a little higher? Single, single, double. Yes. We're going, we're going. Back to the border jacks. Border jacks. Yes. Little twist. Now as big arms as you can muster. Maybe they stay smaller. Maybe that twist on the trampoline is smaller. That's okay. Just keep moving. That is the goal. We want that heart rate to elevate. And forward. Back to those borders. Board it out. Twist. So chest is center. Hips are rotating. We're hinged from the hips. So this is the slow version in our SOAR cruise. Find that breath. Heart rate should be a little bit elevated right now. Next track, we're gonna grab those weights. We're gonna use our nice light weights, only 2 or 3 pounds. We don't wanna use too heavy when we're bouncing on that trampoline because we don't wanna lose control. So cores are nice and tight. We're gonna go back to those heels we did in warm up. Little bicep curl right here. We curl. So the weight's back in the back foot, pressing that heel forward, toes are lifted. I want you to squeeze those biceps. Now it's quite light for biceps. Squeeze, resist. And 4, little half jack, arms, shoulder height, right here. Take it out, take it out. So keeping the movements only half, so they don't irritate those shoulders, all about control. Keep going. Press, squeeze. Pressing through the feet. Want to target those shoulders. Keep the legs. Chest squeeze those arms right here to get out squeeze. So we're squeezing those pectorals through those chest muscles. Overhead shoulder press. Legs stay same. Out, up. Reach, pull. Take it up. We're going to kill the bounce. Arms up right here. Arms up. Kill bounce tricep. So we're bending elbows. Biceps stay stacked to those ears. Core's tight. Don't let that chest pop. Squeeze. Now normally for our burns in our 50 minutes, we split up the arms and legs. We're going to add both today. 4 more. So squeeze your butt tight, tight. Squeeze the back of the arm into arms behind you. Squat, tricep lift. Feet step shoulder distance. We squat, bring it up. Now palms are facing down. That chest is proud. Reach those arms back. So in our 30-minute, we're combining these burn tracks together to get some upper body and lower body work. Let's pulsate here. Arms, legs. So find that tricep. Squeeze. We're gonna go into a back fly, stepping those feet together. We start, drop the arm, step right foot. It's in, squeeze back. In, so we'll hold that squat. Get low in the squat, low in the legs. I want a little bit of work in those leg muscles, in those glutes. Into, hold the arms back, pulse the arms and legs here. This is your back fly. We're squeezing those rhomboids. Squeeze upper back, weights to prayer, pulse the legs, pulse down. Now roll the shoulders back. Now can those hips get low, but keeping that chest as an elevated. Keep pulsing. Now we're squeezing the glutes through that back side of that body. That is our target. Weights are just a little extra added benefit. 1 inch, it's down inch squeeze. So we're lifting, we're squeezing from that back side of the body, keeping that chest up, butt goes low. We sink, squeeze. Get that challenge. We're not here long. Quick burn, release, shake it out. We're gonna put those weights down, making sure you don't step on them, bringing them beside you. Now we have our sprints. This is our really fast track. We're gonna do one of these tracks today in our intro to SOAR. So we're gonna give everything here. We start with our scissors, new exercise, reach, pull. Now scissors, that weight is centered in between those feet, little hinge. Since it's fast, we're giving everything we can. We're gonna do short intervals today. Narrow turbulence, knees up, knees up. So narrow turbulence, knees together, head is low, knees up, knees up. Cruise it out, cruise it out. So our sprints, it's interval style. We get that heart rate up, it's fast, it's quick, and then we cruise. We let that heart rate settle. We're gonna go on to our skiers. Right here, we ski. So chest is square, we're rotating those hips side to side. We're not bouncing the hips side to side, it's a twist, twist. So we're twisting the hips as that chest stays square. Borders, twist. Now again, this is round 2 for borders and scissors, but faster. Knees up, chest square. Get those toes all the way around. Cruise it out, cruise. So in our sprints, we give 110%. We don't hold back. This is where everything you have in your tank, we leave it on this mat surface. Keep cruising. We gotta bring that heart rate down so we can give it our all again. Big breaths. So the heart, we're gonna start back with those scissors. Right here. Reach, pull. Now Ken, take a little deeper hinge, knees up. Skied out, we ski. Hips go side to side. Knees high. Narrow turbulence. Knees up. Now knees are coming up. Head is low. The head's not bouncing up. It's the knees. Up. Press, press. We have that cruise coming. Cruise it out. Whew. Big inhales. Big exhales. You need to find this cruise in between. Absolutely. Find that little bit of that break, that recovery. Slowing the heart, slowing that breath. Shoulders stay relaxed. We're gonna move on. Start with our borders this time. It's fast. Twist. So we're trying to get the toes all the way around. Fast. But use that trunk. Fast. Knees up. Wide turbulence. Knees up. Up to wide. Feet are wide. Head is low. Knees are coming all the way up to your chest. Up. Come on. Take it up. Cruise it out. Whew. Big cruise. Keep moving. We don't want to stop. We want to let that heart rate gradually come all the way back down. Big breaths. Okay, we got our last SOAR track in this. We're going to introduce a couple more movements. So find that breath. We worked hard in that sprint. You gave it your all. I know we're working. So with our double V, both feet together, or jump side to side. Right here. Jump side and side. So feet together. Just starting with the arms nice and simple. So we're going front, back, front, back. Double V. We're going to do a little side to side with those sway arms right here. Go side. Hips back a little bit. Arms stay high, shoulder height. Big breaths. Now it's in this SOAR, a little bit quicker than the first SOAR we did. We're bringing back those jacks and X jacks. So right here, X jack. Take it up, out. So it's a little bit faster. Might not feel too much faster than the X jack. When we get to the jacks, they will. I want you to press down through that mat surface. Add a little extra resistance. Here it is. Full jacks. Take it up, up, press. So keep that bounce really small so we can make it fast and big. Take it up. Big breaths. We're going back to those double V's. Arms reach overhead this time right here. Double up, up. So we're just getting nice and comfortable on that mat surface. Adding those arms, getting that little bit more of a heart rate increase. Take it up, side to side, right here, side. So forward with the gaze, forward with the hips, toes stay square forward. We're just going side to side. That's what we're doing. Introducing our toes here. Toes. Twist. Now twisting the toes. We're getting that rotation from the trunk, those obliques. Little arms. Twist. So opposite direction. One double V. 4 side to side right here. Combo. Double V. Side to side. 4 times. Double V. Forward, back. Side to side. Again, so a little combo, gain you're used to. A couple combos you might see in our regular SOAR class. Take a V, side, side. We good, you got it. Again, forward, back. 4 side to side. One more. Toes with a twist, with arms twist. So we're twisting through the trunk, arms which are off the opposite direction. Twist. Arms stay up a little extra, working your shoulders. Twist. Big breaths. The goal is to get those shoulders a little bit more worked with no weights, just that body weight. And a little core before we hit our abs track. Twist. Good. Cruise it out. So going from working that core, right into working more core, we have our ab burn. So stepping off on a tramp, we're going to find ourselves in a plank position. So shoulders are right over those wrists. Cores are nice and tight. Draw those abdominals in. Reaching that crown of the head forward. We're gonna add a little bit of pressure onto that mat. Think of a baby bounce. A little press. So getting to that little bit of press, that little bit of force. Targeting that core. Just a little stronger. You can always go from the elbows and the knees. Give me 8. Big breaths. In 4, 3. Hold it still. Right here we hold. Crawling onto your mat. Reaching forward, arm and legs out. We crunch 2 counts. Oblique. Reach out. Now it doesn't matter what side you start. We're doing both sides. So we're finding that work through the side body. Exhaling as we crunch through that oblique. Singles. We crunch, reach, crunch. Keeping the shoulders and the neck nice and relaxed. We're using that side. That is our target zone, but still keeping the front tight. Pulse it in. Pulse in. In. Try to keep the shoulder a little closer to that hip bone. Hold it right here. Little pause. Hold it. Or roll onto our backs. Drop that leg. Readjust on your back. Hands behind the head. Crunch. Up and down. So exhale. Elbows wide. Like you're taking your chin and retract it in towards the base of your skull. So don't let that chin jet out. It's abs, not neck. Pulse it up, up. Elbows wide. All that pressure's on that tummy, not on that neck or jaw. 8. Big breaths. Relax that head into your hands. Hold it up right here. Hold, hold. Big breath, hold. We're gonna roll onto our other side. Find that oblique crunch. 2 counts, we roll. Bring it in, 2, and out. Crunch. And reach. So keeping still that jaw, that neck relaxed. We're finding that side body. Single counts. We crunch, reach. Now any of this can always be done just on that floor. If that trampoline is not feeling quite right for you, finding that work. Pulse it in right here. Really getting that shoulder a little closer to that hip. 8 more, 8 more. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. Hold that crunch, hold. Don't let go. Release. Rolling onto that back, take a second. And then taking your time, we're coming all the way back up. We're gonna get back on that trampoline. This is your cool down. You work so hard. We find that cool down. So we're starting with that health bounce. Take as much time as you need to get yourself back comfortable on this mat surface. Now the cool down is about focusing, letting that body just go loose. You've worked hard pressing into the mat. Now just let that bounce float you up. Letting that breath start to settle. Little heel lift right here. We lift. So stretching out the ankles. Still finding that breath deep into that chest, deep into that belly. Take it up. Keeping those eyes up. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Hands overhead. 2 counts. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, breathe. Slow the breath. Start to feel that stretch in those shoulders. Breathing, opening that shoulder joint. Just bounce, just bounce. We bounce. Now we're gonna go into a little soar, as we call it. Just letting that bounce maybe get a little higher. Just soar, take it up. Now only going as high as you're comfortable. We're letting just gravity, we're letting yourself float up. If you feel any discomfort in that pelvic region, any little release, keep it smaller. This is where you just let go, let yourself just fly. Bring it back down to the bounce, bounce, bounce. Find that beat small, feet are nice and flat. Back to your health bounce. So the feet stay connected. So the health bounce, Those feet aren't really lifting, you're just generating that little bit of force into that mat surface. Shoulders stay relaxed. Neck stays lifted. Breathing. Kill the bounce. Just the arms reach overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. Just drawing that breath in. 30 minutes, you worked hard. Now we're slowing it all down. Letting that release. That stretch just start to happen. That opening of those joints. That release of that tension. Big inhale. Big exhale. Using that movement. Slow, controlled. Last one here. Shake it out. We're just gonna find a little bit of a stretch. You did it. So stepping those feet to your mat distance, however big that mat distance is for you. So big inhale in, and then forward fold. You can grab onto that frame if that feels good, or even just onto the mat. If you grab onto the frame, let those hips fall back a bit. You're feeling that stretch up the back of those legs, those hamstrings. If you grab onto that frame and pull a little bit through that back and those shoulders. Just holding that stretch without holding your breath. Let that breath flow. And then from here, coming forwards, bend those knees onto your mat. We're gonna take your right leg. We're gonna step it off that tramp. We're gonna slide that left leg back into a hip flexor stretch. So maybe you're staying here. We're going to stretch out that back hip. If you're more flexible, we're gonna slide that leg back a bit more and feel that really opening that hip area. Letting that tension start to melt away from those hips. They get so tight in those hip flexors. It just feels good to open and expand them from all kind of sitting we do during our everyday work. Letting that mind just go. And then from here, rolling over onto that right hip. Bring that left leg forward. Crossing it over top of that right, sitting nice and tall. Think of gently pressing that thigh or knee down. Sit up and a little hinge forward. So the goal is to kind of stretch out those glutes. Stretch out that backside of that body. Every bounce we do is gonna work every muscle in that body. Might not feel like it, but it is. So taking that time to stretch. Those couple extra burn tracks we do, make sure you feel them a little bit more. And then lifting up here, planting that left leg down. We're gonna slide that right leg under you. So all we're doing is switching sides for that hip flexor. So maybe you stay higher if that feels better. Maybe you slide a little bit farther down. Opening, expanding, releasing. You work so hard. That 30 minutes for your introduction into our SOAR program. Doesn't mean that 30 minutes was gonna be easy. Rolling onto that hip. Slide that leg forward, crossing it over. Sitting tall, gently press the thigh down as we hinge. So introducing you to a couple movements you might see, a couple little patterns you may see. There's still so much more, so many more moves, so many more patterns that you might see in our regular SOAR classes. So when you're feeling comfortable with this class, I encourage you to move on, try one of our 50-minute SOARs, try one of our 30-minute regular SOARs, challenge yourself that little bit more. Sitting up here, shake it all out. Let's lift those hips, feet just stay on that floor. Finding that little forward fold. Head is heavy, neck is long. And then bend those knees, roll it up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is that last to lift. A couple more times. Inhale those arms, let those hips just kind of rock side to side. Let any tension just melt out of those hips. Melt out of those sides. Big breaths. One more time, big inhale, plant those feet, inhale up, exhale down, drawing them in. Taking one big last breath all together. You can close your eyes if you want. Big inhale, big exhale. Thank you guys so much for joining me for your intro to SOAR. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed teaching it to you.